A Course in Miracles Audio Lessons. Lesson 340. This lesson is in Workbook Part 2, Point 12. What is the ego? So we'll read what is the ego first. Paragraph 1. The ego is idolatry, the sign of limited and separated self, born in a body, doomed to suffer and to end its life in death. It is the will that sees the will of God as enemy and takes a form in which it is denied. The ego is the proof, quote unquote, that strength is weak and love is fearful. Life is really death, and what opposes God alone is true. Paragraph 2. The ego is insane. In fear, it stands beyond the everywhere, apart from all, in separation from the infinite. In its insanity, it thinks it has become a victor over God Himself, and in its terrible autonomy, it sees, quote unquote, the will of God has been destroyed. It dreams of punishment and trembles at the figures in its dreams. Its enemies, quote unquote, who seek to murder it before it can ensure its safety by attacking them. Paragraph 3. The Son of God is egoless. What can he know of madness and the death of God when he abides in him? What can he know of sorrow and of suffering when he lives in eternal joy? What can he know of fear and punishment, of sin and guilt, of hatred and attack, when all there is surrounding him is everlasting peace, forever conflict-free and undisturbed, in deepest silence and tranquility? Paragraph 4. To know reality is not to know the ego and its thoughts, its works, its acts, its laws and its beliefs, its dramas, its hopes, its plans for its salvation, and the cost belief in it entails. In suffering, the price for faith in it is so immense that crucifixion of the Son of God is offered daily at its darkened shrine, and blood must flow before the altar where its sickly followers prepare its feast of death. And we'll read a footnote that says, this imagery is drawn from the Eucharist, especially the Catholic Mass, in which the body and blood of the Son of God is offered daily. The implication of the image here is that all who believe in the ego carry out a kind of twisted Mass every day, in which their true nature as God's Son is continually crucified. End of footnote. Paragraph 5. Yet, will one lily of forgiveness change the darkness into light, the altar to illusions to the shrine of life itself, and peace will be restored forever to the holy minds which God created as His Son, His dwelling place, His joy, His love, completely His, completely one with Him. And now we're going to go to lesson 340. This is the last lesson under point 12, what is the ego? And it's entitled, I Can Be Free of Suffering Today. Lesson 340. I can be free of suffering today. Paragraph 1. Father, I thank you for today and for the freedom I am certain it will bring. This day is holy, for today your Son will be redeemed. His suffering is done, for he will hear your voice directing him to find Christ's vision through forgiveness and be free forever from all suffering. Thanks for today, my Father. I was born into this world but to achieve this day and what it holds in joy and freedom for your Holy Son and for the world He made, which is released along with Him today. We have a footnote that reads, The language in the prayer may seem extreme, yet Jesus sees our giving this kind of importance to the day's practice and having this kind of confidence in success as the best way for us to make good on the promise contained in today's idea, that we can be free of suffering today. End of footnote. Paragraph 2. Be glad today. Be glad. There is no room for anything but joy and thanks today. Our Father has redeemed his Son this day. Not one of us but will be saved today. Not one who will remain in fear, and none the Father will not gather to himself, awake in heaven in the heart of love. End of lesson 340 and end of point 12. What is the ego? Enjoy your practice.